What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about LCX token today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are on this, the 25th of April, sitting at about 16.6 cents. Yes, we are up 15% on the day with a high of about 19.2 cents. Coming down a little bit, yes, you got a little bit of a wick to the upside, but hey, man, we're familiar with this. Whenever you moved up last time, whenever you had a very phenomenal run from really below 10 cents, but about 10 cents and up, you had some pretty big wicks all the way up, really. So I'm not intimidated by this at all. I don't think that this means that you're going to reject down and see lower lows, right? Maybe, but I doubt it. Really, if you can close today, you're at about 8 hours, 7 minutes left in the day. If you can close today here or around here, you will be in the overbought zone on your daily RSI. And that's actually a really good position to be in. Whenever you get in the overbought zone in the daily RSI, oftentimes you stay there for a second, right? Oftentimes you stay there. You don't just get in and get out, right? There are times where that happens too, but you stay there. You stay there. You want that. So if you can close here or around here, even a little bit lower is fine. This could indicate that you have more to go. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if you have more to go. I'm very much expecting that the coming days, the next 5 days, the rest of this month, essentially, I'm expecting it to be very bullish for all of crypto. I think we're going to have a very, very, very bullish finish to April. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. The mic's on. Yes. Okay, cool. If we're looking at this on a high to a low, you have wicked above your 382. Very common to do, to wick above your 382 and then close below it. It's very common to do when working your way higher. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's also very common to go down to your 236 after doing this. So it's very possible that you could go all the way back down to 14.6 cents, find support there, and then continue to run. Is that me saying that this is what's going to happen? No, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. I'm just saying it could happen. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's very common in these circumstances to go from your 382 to your 236 and then work your way up to your golden ratio. Okay, it's very, very common to do. If you don't do it, my feelings are going to be hurt. I hope nobody else's feelings are going to be hurt. I very much do believe that LCX will see higher targets. Ultimately, what this move provides is a idea that we will see 24 to 26.7 cents by the end of this, at least by the end of this leg, right? Overall, you're going to go to new all-time highs. But right now, if you like this pump, 15% up today, you're at 16.6 cents. If you like that, just wait. Probably by the end of this month of April, you will be at 24 cents or higher. That's the expectation. Something like this. If you're not there by the end of April, I would be a little bit surprised. I'm going to be honest, but maybe you're there by the beginning of May, like some kind of like very, very early in May, right? Next resistance point, golden ratio, prior resistance here. You kept closing right here at this point of resistance right there. Found some support on it here. You know, it's definitely a nice area to find some resistance, somewhere between about 24.3 to 26.7 cents, somewhere in this area. That's where I'm expecting that you'll go. Again, probably in like the next couple of days or so. And of course, it's not just going to be a straight shot up. There will be turbulence along the way. You're finding turbulence now, but inevitably, you will see new highs. You will go to new all-time highs. And where I think that's going to go, let's see. Let's look at this on a weekly basis. First off, we'll get back to this in a second, but I want to look here. I think it'd be more appropriate to take this high to low here. Yeah. Ultimately, by the end of June, if not sometime in early July, you're going to see at a minimum a 64 cent price at a minimum, potentially as high as $1.16, and just maybe you see something even larger than that, right? This thing, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Hold on real quick, you guys. I got to clear my throat. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but this thing could see as much as an 11x to a 13x, 14x, or maybe even beyond that. You could see some crazy growth with this thing. Let's look at this on the on CoinMarketCap here. LCX, we got about $157 million in market cap valuation, right? Pretty low volume, not gonna lie. But low volume on a move like this, that can add to the volatile aspects, right? You could see some volatility, but you don't need like immaculate volume right now. You really need that volume to come in once you're getting above like 25 cents, I think. But the sooner the better. I mean, as you're building, you want volume to come in. So even though, yes, right now 2.9 million to 140 million is not that high of volume, there could be OTC trading going on. You know, there could be other stuff going on. But I mean, that is pretty low. That does make me a little bit curious to see if this holds up. But again, LCX, you guys, we've seen these kind of movements before. with dramatically less volume, and it's still upheld, right? It was only once you got above these points that you needed that volume to come in. It's only once we get above these points that we need the volume to come in. So I'm not too worried about it right now. But being here, the main thing that I'm trying to address is that you're at $155 million in market cap. If you were to grow to a 20x from here, what's that put you at? That's like $3 billion. $3 billion, a little bit over $3 billion in market cap valuation, right? I could see that happening. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. That's not an easy goal to acquire $3 billion in market cap valuation, but it is attainable. 356, even $4 might be a suitable target by the end of this move, by the end of June, early July. But that's like the maximum that I could see it happening. I'm not saying that we're going to go here. I'm just saying we could go here. If I had my money, if I had to bet on any kind of price that I would expect us to go to, it'd probably be between about $1.16 and $2.23. Now that's something on the lines of about a 7x almost actually to about a 13x. Yeah, so that's more appropriate. That's where I think we're going to go by the end of this move. At a bare minimum, man, your smallest target here is at about a 3.8x, and that's about average of the average altcoin, but I don't think that you're going to perform on average. I think that you will surpass the average. If we're looking at this on a weekly time frame, weekly RSI, you're bouncing off the 40, looking good, getting overbought, not getting oversold, getting overbought, not getting oversold. This thing is clearly in bullish control. You've been consolidating now since April 2024. I do not believe that you spend a year consolidating just to hit your minimum target. I really do think it's the golden ratio or bust. Golden ratio, $1.16. $3, maybe $4 at the highest. Something in between that area is the most likely. I think $1.83 to $2.23 is really promising. If we look at this from the relative high to the relative low, I wonder if anything lines up. Yeah, man, I really like that $2 area. Yeah, I really do. I'm pretty damn confident that you do see prices above $2 whenever it's all said and done. That's not the end of the cycle. End of cycle, we have a lot higher projections, right? You're at $155 million now. I'm not saying this will happen, but if you were to do a 100x, that'd be about a 15 and a half, let's call it a $16 billion market cap. If you were to do a 200x, that'd be a $32 billion market cap. Now, is it guaranteed that you'll get there? No. But hell, man, you could see a $64 billion market cap. This thing has multi-100x potential written all over it, man. It's not guaranteed to. You're not even guaranteed to see a 100x. You could see a 50x, and that's it. That's the end of the cycle. I do believe you'll see greater than a 30x. I very much do believe in that. But as far as how much goes past that, it's all speculation, right? I really do believe, especially because you look like the others chart right here. So I think that you will perform about average, if not above average, with the average altcoin. Because above average, because you are such a low market cap. About average as far as like overall performance goes, because you look the same as everything else. But I think on a percentage basis, you will grow more than the average altcoin. A 100x is about a $16 billion market cap. Let's start there, okay? You really could, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, you really could see this thing do a multi-100x by the end of the cycle. It wouldn't surprise me at all. That's why it's one of the coins that I favor. Let's look at this here. From a relative high to a relative low. The last cycle's all-time high to the bear market lows there. 886 to the 382 and back. If we are to grow, and I think that we are to grow here, the minimum target that I would anticipate, probably not even the golden ratio, man. What, a 20x? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that the minimum target for the average altcoin is like a 30x. So I think that you will see something on the lines at a minimum LCX from your current price of about a 46, 47x to potentially a 66x, something in that area, $8 to $11, maybe that $10 psychological level. That could be the end of the cycle for you. These are end of cycle predictions we're coming up with right now, not end of June predictions, not end of this move, end of the cycle, end of the year, right? $25 there, that 2272. I could see that happening. It's actually very common for cryptos from a high to a low standpoint, their next cycle to find resistance somewhere at their 1618 to their 2272. With the 2272, oftentimes you do go just above there. So if you were to go just above 25 bucks, what, 30 bucks, something like that, 35 bucks, maybe you see a 200x, maybe you see 180x, something in that kind of area. This is an area that I would not be surprised if we hit by the end of the cycle. Yes, I'm actually kind of expecting that. Could we go higher? Could we see a $71 price at the 2618? Maybe, but that's pushing the envelope. That's like the limits of what you possibly could do. I don't think we get there, not this cycle, but I wouldn't bet against it. What I would bet on is that we see something above $25, and certainly at a minimum, I think we see something above $8 by the end of the cycle. It all starts here. We're moving up rather nice. Monthly RSI looks rather bullishly postured. Weekly RSI looks bullishly postured. You got a bullish engulfing candle here. 3-day RSI also bullish as hell. And the daily, if we could close here or higher or even just a little bit lower is fine too. We're getting overbought, and that oftentimes provides continued growth over the coming days, right? Don't forget, whenever it comes to this relative area here over the coming days. By the end of April, we're expecting a price that's around 25 to 27 cents. You're at 16.5 cents now, so not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If you go down a little bit, if you do return down to about 15 cents, 14 cents there, this is not me saying sell. It wouldn't be crazy at all to go back down to your 236, find support, and then continue to run. If anything, I'm saying hold. If anything, I'm saying it's if you want to buy, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but it's probably like a last ditch effort to buy now before this thing really rips. It could, if you buy here, be aware that you could drop back down to about just below 15 cents, and you're fine if you do. You're totally fine if you do, but don't count on it. It's not guaranteed to happen. You don't have to do that, right? It can happen, but it's not guaranteed to happen. And in fact, I would say not just that it can happen, but it's very common to go from your 382 to the 236. Even though it's common, that's not me saying sell here. If anything, you're probably in a better buying opportunity than a selling opportunity, because ultimately in the next week or so, probably less than a week, you'll be at prices that are dramatically higher, okay? And then of course, going into the end of June, you've got higher prospects than that. You've got all-time highs. We're looking at anything from like 10 cents, or no, I'm sorry, from like $1 to, or no, it's not $1. I'm like, that sounds too low. It's this, sorry, high to low here. We're looking at anything from $1.06 to potentially $1.94, maybe even as high as like $3 or something like that. That could happen, but I think $1.94 to $1.62 is the most appropriate. At least $1. That's my expectation. And I don't really have anything else that I want to say. So hit the like button, subscribe. So thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Don't worry about this wick. Sometimes you get wicks, man. Sometimes you get wicks even on the way up. Really, this is just a breakout of this overall downtrend, and you've got more to go. That's what I'm seeing here. So that's all. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.